Get everybody out here. All right. We've got a very special speaker tonight. I'm going to open us up for the first half. I'm going to be sharing my trip from Las Vegas, and it was hot. It was 102 at 11 p.m. out there. But it was a dry heat, so that somehow was supposed to make it better. But I attended a little event, the Beyond Leadership by Mr. Eric Worre, which is the guy that wrote, well, I got a whole bunch of stuff in here that he wrote, but this guy, got to hang out with him for 6 days. That was amazing. Actually got invited to go to a very special mastermind group, which was way cool. To be invited to. I wasn't able to make that because it was a last minute choice that they had to open that up, and I was very honored to be invited to it. I didn't get to see that part, but the rest of it for the regular event was insane. So I want to share some of that. I want to share a couple of announcements, and then we'll get to our guest speaker. It's going to be fire tonight. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready to take some notes. There's going to be some good info in here. So first thing that I want to talk about is the end of the month. It is coming. We've got a couple days left. One of the biggest things that hurts me to see sometimes is that it's not that it wasn't said. It's not that it's not documented in about 6,000 different spots. It's that somebody it didn't click. There's so much going on. There's all this, that, and the other. Sometimes it doesn't actually go in. It just kind of goes in, bounces out. So hear me when I say this, that one of the key things that you need as a business partner, which you all are in Kyani, is that you want to be something that's called qualified. To be qualified, you need 150 QV. That's the safest number I can give you. There's a lot of different rules based on a lot of different things, but I'll give you the safe approach just in the interest of time. I'm not here to debate with anybody how this all goes and all the specifics. I'm going to make this easy. Get 150 QV. If you do that, you're golden, you're qualified, you'll open up the entire comp plan. It'll be at your beck and call. But the first step, you could make it to Sapphire. And there's actually a person who did this in Dallas. They got car qualified, except they weren't car qualified because they didn't have their 2 personal customers. Wah, wah, wah. True statement, true fact. Uncle Larry just dropped his jaw. Yeah, that sucks. So it's documented up front for everybody watching the replay or y'all watching this again. Go get 150 QV. If you have any question on that, let me know, okay? Or reach out to your leaders. They will help you with this. It is imperative. I see it happen all the time. And every end of the month, we always bring it up. So make sure you got 150 QV, okay? If you're close to getting to rank, look at that. Sometimes it makes sense to get a couple things. Might make sense to get some extra cleanser. You might use it anyway, and they've got specials on them. Always look at what the specials are. I'm not advocating you going and buying a whole bunch of stuff that you don't need. I'm telling you to make a good math decision, and you look at the numbers. And if you don't know how to do that, again, get with your leader. They'll help you with that on figuring that out. Okay. Next thing I want to talk about this Whisper campaign. Who has been participating in the Whisper campaign? Raise your hands if you can. Very good. I see a lot of hands have gone up. Good. All right. So here's what I want to explain to everybody, because there's been some really good questions, and that means I love questions because that lets me know that something's not clear. Okay. And this has come up by a couple of people. And so I want to be clear on what carpet bombing is. Okay. Let me give you some definitions. Carpet bombing, my definition of carpet bombing, is when you go in and you start throwing up on somebody with what we do in this business. You call them up, say, holy smokes, I need you to look at this thing right now. I need you to watch this video. This is amazing. I need you to take this product. This is amazing. I need you to do this for me. Okay? That's called carpet bombing, in my opinion. That's when you're getting somebody to do something that you want them to do for you. Okay? That is not the intent, nor the goal, nor what we want you to do with the Whisper campaign. And I can see where people will confuse those. Let me be crystal clear. The whisper campaign is to get their attention, to let them know that you've got something exciting going on. Why do people binge watch Netflix? My old man is 72, 73. And he was telling me about some Russian show that he was watching that was dubbed. And him and my mom powered through 15 episodes of this thing to watch the first season. Why do people do that? Because they're freaking bored. They ain't got nothing better to do. They're sitting there like, I need a little me time. What could I do? Well, I could watch 15 hours, binge watch this thing. They're bored. The purpose of the whisper campaign is to get their attention. Go, hey, I got something that's interesting. It might change your freaking life, or it might not. I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm not going to go into any details about it. I'm just letting you know I got something big happening. I don't have all the details to share with you. I'm just going to plant a little carrot in front of you, put a little bait in front of you to see if you're curious about what I'm doing. That's all. I don't even need you to respond to me. In fact, I don't care if you do. In fact, I'd rather that you don't so that I can move on and whisper to some more people. That's not getting them to do what you want them to do. It's you getting their attention. Period. The end. You're going to do that up through this weekend. The sooner you can do this, the better. Can you do it all the way through Labor Day? Yes, you can do this all the way through December if you want to. It's your business. Do it however you want to. I would recommend that you do this as soon as possible. I'd recommend that you do this to 100 to 140 people at least. Well, Casey, I haven't spoken to this person in 14 years. Cool. Reach out to the people that you've spoken to from 13 years and younger, and when you're done with all them, then hit the one that you haven't talked to in 14 years because you still know them. At some point in your life, you held the door open for them, most likely. You let them cut in front of you to get the pizza slice back in the cafeteria in junior high. I don't know. You've probably helped them at some point. And here's the deal. If you send it out and they don't know who you are, they're not going to let you know about it either. It's cool. Don't worry. They ain't thinking about you anyway. So don't worry about it. Send this out to get as much attention as you can, as much curiosity as you can. Well, should I pass them on to you if they're ready to, they want to talk to somebody or they're interested in this? No, that's what we want them to do is be interested. It ain't time to do this just yet. Our special guest is going to talk about this some more, but I wanted to be clear about this part. So what's going to happen for the next couple days? Finish these whisper campaigns up by the end of this month as soon as possible. I'd rather you be done with them tonight. Well, Casey, it's late. I mean, I might wake somebody. Guess what? That's going to make it even more interesting to them. He sent me a text at 10 o'clock. Oh my goodness. Some of you think like you're bombarding them and dropping like freaking 500-pound bombs on their front door because you happen to send them a damn text message. Here's the deal. If they wanted to sleep through the night, turn your damn ringer off. Okay? Stop making excuses on what's going to happen and what they're going to think of. I can assure you, you don't have that much ability to influence somebody's evening. Period. The end. Okay? So send that. I do it tonight. And, well, Casey, if I start at 10, how long would it take? When we were in Salt Lake City in a 15,000 square foot mansion, in the media room with all the shooters, I think there was not all of them, but 11 of the ones that made it. We reached out to over 1,500 people in 90 minutes by sending them a message. Over 100 each. Some people hit 160 in 90 minutes. I've given y'all 15 days to do this thing. Stop procrastinating. Stop making excuses. Stop whining. Let's get it done. Well, Casey, I don't want to participate in the whisper campaign. Cool, no problem. This isn't for you then. This message is not for you. Do I have to drop out of the Jade Factory because I'm not ready? No, you're not ready. It's cool. But for the ones that want to do this, the ones that want to jump on what we've got going on, and I'm telling you, I got the best blueprint on planet Earth right now. You want to jump on? Now's the time. Let's get to it. Next thing, on the 3rd and 4th, all these people that you reached out to, you're going to make phone calls to them. That's scary. This thing weighs 400 pounds. I have to talk to them. You're scared because you don't know the system. You're scared because you think you're going to have to do a whole bunch of stuff. Make sure you get clear that you're simply inviting them to catch up. Hey, want to call you? Told you I was going to call you. Got some big things on my end. I'm sure you got some cool stuff going on your end. Let's catch up. Let's have a cup of coffee. I can only meet for 30 minutes. When can we meet? No, I can't do this in 3 weeks. This is big. I need to meet with you like tomorrow. Let's make it happen. That sounds good. That's a good time. Yep, we'll see you there. No, I ain't got time to get into this. I'm scheduling all sorts of meetings right now. Things are blowing up. Alligators, chainsaws. It's crazy. I got to go. Setting a coffee appointment. That's all you're doing on the 3rd and 4th. Casey, I got to work late on the 4th. Do it on the 5th. Do it on the 3rd. Do it on the 2nd. Just do it. Watch Art. Everybody write this in your notes. Google, this is your homework. Google Art Williams. Just do it. His accent's not as good as mine, but it's pretty good. Channel your inner Casey when you're watching it. Okay. 3rd and 4th, set up coffee appointments. 5th through the 15th, you're going to have these coffee appointments. What do I do with those? We'll talk about that next Thursday. All you need to worry about right now, get through the Whisper campaign, understand that I know what the hell I'm talking about, follow the system, work your ass off. Write those 2 steps down, by the way. Here's the system for Jade Factory. Follow the system, work your ass off. Everybody good? Y'all know I'm having fun tonight, right? I'm fired up. Good. All right. Special thing that's going on. I don't want to derail everything I just said on here. I've been really struggling with this on what I wanted to do. I was going back and forth. I've been invited to participate in a special event in Dallas. Mr. Carl Taylor, if you've seen any of our presentations, you see a picture with Jake, with Sherry, with myself, and Mr. Taylor when we were doing the Caring Hands emergency with Hurricane Harvey. It was just amazing to have him with us. The man is just amazing. He's going to be in Dallas on the 6th and 7th, which is a Friday and Saturday. It's going to be at the Intercontinental. I'm going to post this out to the Jade Factory. I want to make the announcement tonight, and then I'll put it on the Jade Factory. You'll see the event, have all the details, all the times, all the goodies. The event's like $20 for the whole weekend. There's going to be Mr. Taylor. He's going to have awesome remarks on Friday night. I think it kicks off at 6:30. I know we live in Houston. That means you got to leave at 2:30 at the latest. You're going to hit traffic. Just get your head wrapped around everything. That's what's going on. There's going to be a training. There's going to be a event that's going on Saturday. It's a training event. I've been asked to speak at that. I almost turned it down because I did not want to have anything that confuses anybody on our Whisper campaign for Project Extreme Velocity. Okay? So here's what I want everybody to do. I want you to be at a coffee shop in Houston on Friday night and Saturday executing on this thing and meeting with as many people as possible, and I explain all those details next Thursday. And I'll do a video in between just to kind of alleviate any concerns about this. We've talked about it before, but I'll really lay it out for everyone. My preference for you is to be in a coffee shop doing this. If you have good time management skills and if you can hit all the coffee appointments that I want you all to set up, and you can still get that done, which means you got to double down a little bit because we only have 2 weekends to be able to have these coffees. I set this has all been planned out to give you maximum amount of time to fit it in the calendar. There's 2 Saturdays and 2 Sundays that cover this part. I wanted to be able to do all of this so that you had enough time to be able to sit down with all the coffees. Okay. But this is a very special event that's got Mr. Taylor coming in town. And make no mistake about it, he's a rock star. He's awesome. If you've never seen him, you've never made it to any of the big events, you're new, this is a good trip to go make, okay? This is a good event to go make. So I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to push on you like, oh, my God, get to the event. You got to get to the event. Because we've got this, and we've been building to this for literally 5 months, okay? This has been executed, planned for most of the year, and we're in execution mode. And so that's why I've been very, very cautious on this. But it will be a great event. It'll be a very great event if you want to be able to make all of that happen, okay? If you got to choose, you do the coffee. You sit down with your people. If you can pull both off, do that. If you don't want to participate in the Whisper campaign or in Project Extreme Velocity, or now's not your time, or you just got started, or you got too much going on, or life's hitting you, I'm so good with it. Go to the thing in Dallas, have fun with it, come see us. It'll be a great event. Okay, everybody good? Good. Next item. Check my time here. Awesome. Next thing I want to talk about. I want to start really, we're at the right time for this to occur. We're 104 days out. I always like doing this at the 100-day mark to really set an event and lay it out for everyone. The next huge event that we've got coming up is GoPro. To go to Vegas for one of these tickets, just to get the ticket, right now I think it's $447 if you go to his website to get a ticket. Now here's the deal. This has not been confirmed, and it sure as hell hasn't been denied, but there was a lot of discussion going on about this being the last GoPro event that he's going to do. This is his 10th annual. He's been doing this for 10 years, okay? The reason it might be the last, and he talked about this with us, with the VIPs, there was 30 of us. There was 140 in the event, and there was 30 of the VIPs, and we had the last day to ourselves with him. It was amazing. The reasoning behind this is where he makes his biggest impact is with his with his higher level events, because he can influence more leaders. He's been doing this. It'd be like me doing Power Hour for 10 years. I'm not going to do Power Hour for 10 years. I'm going to move up, and I'm going to be working with the higher echelons and the higher echelons because I want to make a bigger impact. That doesn't. Now, we pushed hard. I told some sob stories to a couple key people of how powerful that event is and what it's personally done for me and my team. I think we moved the needle, but I don't know, and we'll figure all that out. That said, I would highly recommend you get yourselves to Vegas for this GoPro event. December 11th through the 13th, look on the Jade Factory events. It's already posted out there. You don't go get you a ticket on GoPro because you'd spend way too much. In fact, you'd spend twice as much. I bought $13,000, $14,000 worth of tickets last year for this event coming up. That's how I look at this business and these systems and how we do things. That's the vision I have. Okay. It goes 18 months out. Okay. So I got a very good deal on those tickets, but when those tickets are gone, you're going to spend a whole lot more. So you need to be at that event 100%. This is like our other convention in Kiani. Okay. And when there were two conventions, we still would go to GoPro. This changed everything for me. Okay. I just spent for the event, I just left $10,000 for just my ticket. Okay. That's what this guy brings to the table. You get to be there for 3 days for $230 ticket. So let's just get everybody, put everything in perspective here. Okay. All right. Here's why people don't go. Well, let's go with why they do go. We'll leave it there. There's multiple. Well, Casey, why can't I just read the book? Why can't I just watch, the replays and GoPro Academy and see all those things? I can tell you, watching Mr. David Jones about bruise my left arm when he came up and punched me after the first session, it was pretty damn funny. He said, man, I've been hearing all this stuff for however long because this is what you teach. You could have got up there and done all that instead of him. I said, I could have done sessions, but not what he does. But I get you. I appreciate that. But you got to see it. You got to see it because a couple things. One, it gets you away from all the distractions. I was away from the distractions. I was plugged in. I was worn out after that event that I just got back. That was 5 days of intense plus a 6th day of some extra. This is 3 days. It's intense. It's good. It is awesome. It gets you away from the distractions. It builds your belief. When David Daniel and I went to our first one, we couldn't see past our number one income earner in our current company. When we got done with that event, we saw that we could outrank that guy. We could make more money than he was. And that changed everything in my vision. It changes your belief in the product. You'll look at our product so much differently when you see the other nonsense that's out there. Our company, you'll understand that the problems that the top leaders were talking about in their other companies, y'all have no idea how good of a pick. I'm going to be a little cocky here. The pick that I made with this company was the best damn thing that I could have ever done, honestly. That wasn't by luck. That was by knowing the right questions to beat the crap out of a lot enough people. And when I got done, I'm like, dude, this is the best I've ever seen. And when I say that, I'm not saying it lightly. I'm saying it's the best, because the crap that everybody else is dealing with that was in that room, y'all would have quit so long ago. It's ridiculous. I would have quit. It's insane. You will have so much belief in the company, the opportunity, understanding the profession that you're a part of. It's crazy. The relationships you will build at these events are amazing. The social proof you will see. You'll walk in, there's something that happens when you walk into an arena like that. And you might say you're impervious to it, and you'd be lying. Okay? It's emotional, and that's what people need to start focusing, that is an important part of what we do. You'll receive the best unbelievable training that you have ever gotten. You're going to recharge your batteries. You're going to need to. You need to go to the events. You might say, oh, I'm good. And without fail, when you get done with the event, you're like, God damn, I needed that, man. I'm freaking, let's go. Let's go. I mean, y'all can see, if y'all can't see that I'm on fire right now, then yeah. What is it? Your wood's wet? That doesn't catch fire. Your wood's wet? Yeah. My wood is dry as a bone. Defining moments happen at events. Leaders are born at events, because you're going to be there and you're going to just see it. And all of a sudden you're going to be, the thing you've been thinking about lines up with the emotion at the same time. And then you make a decision. That's where you're born. Here's why most people won't go. You never intended to do anything with this to begin with. I get it. You don't think that there's enough value of going. I get it. You're busy. I get it. There's unexpected circumstances. Casey, sometimes the screen door falls off and I have to stay around and plug it back in. I get it. Maybe your vision's small. I get it. Maybe you're not creative in overcoming obstacles. Well, they canceled my flight. I just can't go. I get it. You know what it all boils down to? You ain't hungry enough. Desires, excuses. Desires, excuses. That's all. That's all it comes down to. So you got 104 days to figure it out. Repeat back with me. What are the 3 steps on going to events? Say yes. Tell the world. Figure it out. Say yes. Tell the world. Figure it out. So on County Local, it's where you type in, I'm going to go pro. So you've already said yes. Type it on County Local, and then go figure it out. You got 104 days. Okay? Okay, see, I'm not quite sure about my job. I don't know if I can get off. Stop whining. Stop making excuses. Figure it the hell out. It's your life. It's your video game. You put your quarter in the game. Figure it out. Play it how you want to. Stop saying all these other people get to tell you what to do. Stop giving them that power over you. They don't have it unless you give it to them. Take it back. Or don't. Either way, I'm going. I know a couple people are going. That's what I like to see right there. Hell yeah. Let's go. All right. Got 5 minutes till I bring on our other one. I want to share a couple things from the event. One thing I wanted to make sure everybody's clear on, because I don't do, in the past, I have not done a good enough job of explaining this, but the leadership mentoring career path that you have in front of you and have at your disposal in this organization, I will say is world-class. Just haven't done a good enough job of explaining this out to everybody, but I want you all to know that there is one. And there's one that can literally, and I mean this, I can help you change the trajectory of your family tree. I'm not joking, and I'm not saying that lightly. If you will take what's in this crazy ass brain of mine and apply a little bit of it, you don't even have to apply all of it. You can just apply some of it, and we can change everything. if you'll apply what's actually here built as a system, we knock down some limiting beliefs, you take a little action. I'm not saying you got to quit what you're doing. I'm not saying you got to not be able to go make it to the ball games and watch your kids play. I got 4 of them, and I make it to a lot of stuff. Do I miss a couple things? Yeah. Get rid of the word sacrifice, too. You either want to get it done or you don't want to get it done. Lose that word sacrifice. Oh, I got to sacrifice this to do that. Bull crap. You need to set your priorities. If your priority is that you're going to make every single game, do you, baby? But don't say it's a sacrifice. It's a choice. Setting vision. I'll end with this because this is so good. So Eric's up to 2 airplanes now. He has 2 of his own airplanes. They were down at the south of France, Monaco area, and got to hang out at the house. I think y'all saw that on our previous Power Hour. That house was sick. $15 million. And the view was, I'll never forget that view. He's over in the south of France. And he said, when you're there, your vision gets stretched. He said, we've been doing pretty well. And he doesn't make any bones about it. He's worked his ass off. And he deserves it. He truly does. He says, but when you're in Monaco, he says, here in the States, people say, oh, what do you do? And then you share what you do. He says, when you're in Monaco, the questions are different. They say, do you work? It took me a little, that's pretty cool. Do you work? Well, yeah. Oh, do you need some assistance? It's like, I just flew in on my own private jet. But do you work? Oh, do you need a yacht to borrow for a couple weeks here? We can help you. We can set you up. What's your vision right now for your business? Because if y'all remember, the first box is your desire. That's the vision. Is it to go away for, a staycation? Anybody have one of those staycations before? The hell is that? That's called a limiting desire and vision. Well, Casey, you don't understand. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It starts with a vision. It's time for you to up your game a little bit on your vision. It's time for you to start broadcasting to the universe that, you know what? I desire to have a little bit something better than what I had before. And whatever that is for you. Maybe it's not a vacation. Up your game with your vision. Start with that. That's everybody's 2 homeworks. You got to watch Art Williams. Just do it. I would prefer you do that before your head hits the pillow if you don't mind. And then I want you to start playing a mental picture, a mental movie of something that you desire. Do it before you pass out tonight. Do it when you're laying down. And when you get up in the morning, I don't care how bad you got to pee, stay in bed and play that movie in your head one more time, 30-second commercial of something that you truly desire. Get back to being a 4-year-old and actually have an imagination and look at what it is that you desire. Everybody good with their assignments from me? All right. Very good. With that, I'm going to bring one of my favorite people onto the stage. He's going to share a little bit with you. I want to let everybody know that now is where you need to get your helmet. You need to put it on, because if you don't, there is a chance that you're going to get splinters in your forehead. Because when he comes, he brings his 2x4 and he swings it. Just so you know, this man does it from love. He wants to get your attention because he wants so much for you, and he wants you to play a little bit higher in your game too. So he's going to bring it like nobody else can. Help me welcome Uncle Larry to the stage. Are you there, sir?
I is. How you doing?
Doing good, sir. Doing great. Take it away.
Love it, man. Love what you're bringing, man. It's all falling in line, man. Hey, I'm going to have you watch your screen because you can see everybody, but I'm going to make some points here tonight. How many people with a show of hands out there has actually started and built an operating business that has lasted for more than 3 years that you're not married to? So if I need to rephrase that, I'll do it. A business that you personally started, built, that you are not married to, and it's still up and running. Are you getting any hands?
No, no, sir. No hands went up.
Oh, I'm very surprised. All right. What I'm going to go over tonight is the systems that have to be put into place. That's how you get out from underneath that time clock. And it's not, I'm not surprised that no hands went up. There's a difference between people who are business owners, like myself, not bragging, just have a lot of practice, than people that are self-employed. People that are self-employed are very good at what they do. They're a great mechanic, or they're an electrician, or they're a plumber or whatever, and they make a pretty good wage. But guess what? When they don't go to work, they don't make any money. The business is basically revolved around them. Now, when you talk about building a business owner like myself, I make the same amount of money whether I go to work or not. And I'm not saying that being cocky. It just took me many years to figure this stuff out. The systems that you're talking about are everything. When I started out, I was a one-man band. I was pouring concrete. I was delivering it. I was taking orders. I was calling on sale, making sales calls. I was doing everything. Checking the mail, paying the bills. I was a one-man band, let me tell you. And I started doing seminars and started talking to some people that had businesses that operated without them in it. And I started getting guidance. So as I was developing my companies, I had to specifically sit down and write out a system for every division that was in the company. Then I had to streamline each division and the system within it. And then guess what? I had to find somebody that was willing to take over that division, learn the system with no deviation. And I told them that ahead of time. I said, I have a system. And if you follow my system, everything's good. But if you change my system, I'll fire you. It's that good, and I've got that many years experience in doing it. And it's not that I was being cocky or being an ass or trying to, show everybody who's boss, but that's how important the system is once it's designed, once it's proven, and all of the bugs are worked out of it. So what you're going over with what you're designing, being a systems guru, and let me tell you something, what separates this organization from everybody else is the leaders and the leadership that's in here. The people that are actually building pretty good businesses, or phenomenal business, I should say, that are actually going up through the ranks are following your system. You're talking about a man that's been to the top of the mountain, and he's drug a lot of people there to the top. He's had the 30,000 square foot or high view. So he's already been there. So he knows how to get there again because he's got the roadmap right here. Now, you've got some new people that have gotten in that are also coming up through the ranks faster than some that have been around for years. Why could that be? It's because they're following a system. They don't have anything else in it. They're not trying to say, I'm a salesman, I can do this, I can sell ice water to Eskimos, I could sell a book of matches to the gatekeeper at the gates of hell. I'm that good. The problem is the system removes those requirements. Because guess what? Nobody wants to get sold. It's a total bombardment on a daily basis. Buy my beer, buy my truck, buy my medicine, whatever it is. It's total bombardment. And the TV and the radio is the most life-sucking apparatuses you can have in your life because it's total bombardment. So when we, as business owners in this type of business, we're looking for what is needed and wanted. Do they have an issue? Do they have a problem? And guess what? If no issue or problem comes up, there's nothing that you can do about it. So you just let that go. You have a simple conversation. And as far as for myself, Here's another question, Casey. I want you to keep a show of hands. How many people on this call right now, there's probably 25 or 30, raise your hand if I was looking for a business partner to start my division number 2 in my cast stone company, how many on here would be interested in going into business with me? How many hands you got up?
About 50%. Maybe a little higher, actually. A couple more hands popped up. Actually, I'd say we're probably about 80%. I'd say we're about 80% after all that. Yep. I got a little lag on my side. I'd say 80%.
Okay. Now, the reason that those guys or you guys raised your hand is why? I have a track record. I have a history. I've got a functioning business with bulletproof systems in them. So let's back this up a little bit. If you were interested in going into business with me because of my track record, my history, why would you not follow the man that started this meeting, who has the same track history, has the same booming business, has the years of experience, has the brain capacity and the knowledge, being a systems guru, to create a damn system that he wants? Is that a fair question? I would say so. So there's an illusion here. There's like, well, you know, Casey, yeah, just Casey's different, you know? I mean, he can do that. You know, Brian can build this business too because blah, 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 frickin' blah. All of that is excuses that you guys are justifying because you're not following a system. I've had a couple conversations with some of my distributors. I cannot reach out to 10 people every day. I'm happy for you. You can reach out to one or none. It makes no difference to me. It's your business. Just like some of you made the decision that you would want to go into business with me, and some of you decided that you wouldn't. That is your choice. Now, the reason this organization is so phenomenal is we've got a product that nobody can compete with. We've got a track record that's 13 years old, 65 to 68 countries, pays back 54+% to the field. The owners are billionaires. They don't take a dime out of the company. Why? Because they have built systems that put them in such a position that they can build this company to give back to the American people and the globe, and they don't need any money. Because they didn't build this company because they needed the money. But you can bet your butt they've got some systems, and they don't let anybody deviate from their systems because they've got many, many, many companies. And they've got people that run said companies under the very strict guidelines and systems that the Hansons and the Taylors have created. Now, some of you on here have met them. Some of you have not. I suggest the next big event you need to go to. Because when you meet these two guys, you're going to be so blown away of how normal that they really are. They're just good old boys. Very smart, good old boys with deep pockets. But to meet these people, you would never know of who they are and their background and the money that they're worth. Because they are just so down to earth people. You know, so what we've done here, the leaders in this organization have been masterminding and putting this stuff together for a long time. There's literally thousands of hours and many, many thousands of dollars that have been spent by more than just a few to take all of the complexity of building a business that can change your life, your kid's life, excuse me, and your grandkids' life. Talk about changing a family tree like Casey was talking about. When your vision increases, and a lot of times it's ego, a lot of times it's attitude. You can look at this and say, you know, I don't think this is going to work. If that's what you think, you're exactly right. It's not going to work. But that's in any business. I have seen people go into business after business after business of this style. We call it the flavor of the month club. They get in, they work for 2 weeks, they didn't make 40 million, 20 million, shit don't work. Then they go to the next one. Then they go to the next one. Then they go to the next one. And guess what? It's the same scenario that's repeating over and over and over. But you know, the only thing that is in common in every business that they went to, everyone they went to, they showed up. Untrainable. Ego. Attitude. I don't need your help. Huh. Well, considering all 5 of your businesses that you have tried to build have been flushed down the swirly hole that we call a toilet here, I'm guessing the common denominator for you not making any money is you and that big ass ego that you got sitting on your shoulder. Now, I don't want you guys to think that I'm rude here. Most everybody on here knows who I am. If people ask me a question, I give them a straight answer. And it's not that I'm mean, and it's not that I'm being malicious or dumbing down anybody or anything. I'm giving you the frickin' reality. If you want big money, it takes a different mentality of thinking. So what I'm going to do here real quick, because I don't want to take up the rest of your time, Casey, the Whisper campaign. There's one thing in the world that will stick a human being, and it's called a mystery. Now, I want you guys to just kind of think about this a little bit. You're 6, 7 years old, and your birthday is coming up. And mom says, you just wait till your birthday. All right. Now, she has got your mind going 400 miles an hour because your birthday is like 2 weeks away. And guess what you're thinking about every day? Because the mystery is and will not be solved until we get to the day of the birthday. So the day of the birthday shows up. It could be, oh man, you got a bike? That's all I got was a bike when I wanted a motorcycle? Well, you know, the mystery's been solved, but it didn't really come out the way you wanted it to. Or you get a dirt bike and say, oh man, that's exactly what I wanted. This fits me to the T. What we are doing with a Whisper campaign is actually creating a mystery for these people. Whenever you say this and you say, hey, I'm working on a project. I can't go over the details right now. I'll get back with you after the first of the month. But yeah, we need to get hooked up, man. Got to run. Bye. They're going to be saying, what the hell could this guy possibly be working on that he can't tell me about? This guy's never had a project in his life. Huh. I wonder what that is. So that stimulates a mystery. So as we're going through this Whisper campaign, and that's why we're saying 100 people or plus. Because you're planting a seed. You're saying, oh, yeah, I got this deal going, man. Ran into some guys. I got lucky. I've been praying about this for something to come my way. You know, and here it fell in my lap. I can't talk about it right now. You know, but it's coming, man. It's coming. What that is doing, and the reason that Casey created that, is it creates an illusion. It creates a mystery. Now, whenever we start going in and sitting down and doing this, are all of these people going to jump on the boat? No. They're going to be like the little kid that got the bicycle that's pissed off because he got a bicycle when he wanted a motorcycle. So it's not going to fit into what they had mocked up is what was coming. But then you are going to have those that when we expose what it is that we're doing and what it is we're getting ready to do that has never been done before, because you've got some people that are they're just not coming to the table. They're bringing the freaking table and the chairs and everything else. Because the minds that have been working on this have gone through a lot of leadership development. They've gone through a lot of personal development. And it's all the leaders. A lot of those leaders are on here right now. And I'll tell you what, you should be thanking those guys every time you see them. The shooters, a lot of you guys know who the shooters are. I would go out of my way to thank them, because let me tell you something. What they have done has paved a highway for you guys that will never be duplicated. Never. Someone might try to figure it out, 5-10 years from now. But let me tell you something. The people who make the biggest bang in this world are the ones who create the system, execute the system, and we are so far out in front of anybody else that by the time they figure it out, it's too late. It's way too late. So that's the big whisper thing, and I want you guys to really understand. And the reason that I asked the question is how many people have built a business in here, and I pretty much knew the answer before I asked the question, is because it's very difficult to do. The reason that I asked that is I wanted to make sure that my thought process was correct. The systems that Casey is creating is through many years of experience, business building himself, plus what other leaders in the shooters have brought to the table. It's a tremendous taxing life to build a business. It's a bigger taxing life to build a business that runs on autopilot. It takes a different kind of thinking. It takes a tremendous amount of mentoring, studying, getting your ass handed to you. I mean, when I was building my business, I had my butt ripped off so many times and handed to me. And it's saying, here it is, that I had to go home and stitch it back on because of the mistakes that I made. A lot of you do not know, I lost everything. I lost my house. I lost it all. I lived in dirty, filthy, nasty warehouses for like 6 years. No hot water, no heat in the dead of winter. See, that's things that I can help bring to the table through my experiences that you guys don't have to experience, because I've already taken all the ass kickings for you. And what you don't understand, a lot of you, is the information that I'm sharing with you right now has probably cost me over $250,000 for a lot of the stuff that I'm sharing with you. And, even Casey, Dave, and Tara, a lot of these leaders have spent tremendous amounts of money to smooth out a road for you. All you got to do is get on the bus, take a seat, and go with us. You don't have to create all of this. You really don't. It's the most simple business out there. It really is. But what is easy to do is easy not to do. Because a lot of people are comfortable because, that $500 check will be here next week. So the desire and your unwillingness to confront the real issues, I should say, to make yourself stretch and get on the bus and follow instructions. Do the whispers. Do the waves. No Keani comes out. You've got new people that are in this organization right now that haven't even been in for 5 or 6 days. And they're climbing the mountain. Why? Because they're following a system that Casey has laid out. They don't know any different. Some of us have been around a long time where we did things differently in the day. It's a lot of work to make big money. But the new people are getting in and they're saying, okay, what do I need to do? Say hi to 10 people today. Are you shitting me? That's all I got to do? Yes. Just say hi today. Ask them how they're doing and find out a little bit more about them. Build a rapport. This is a relationship business. And I can guarantee you that there's not another company out there that builds on relationships and communication. Those are your two most important factors. Being willing to communicate freely with somebody and actually care about their answers. Listening to what they say. Instead of hearing blah, 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 and all you're waiting for is silence so you can show them how smart you are. There's a lot of that happens. In any business, I don't care if it's selling concrete, marbles, dump trucks, tuna fish, I don't care what it is. Your ability to communicate and duplicate in those communications to find out exactly what is needed and wanted is the most valuable asset you'll ever create. In this business, this is a personal development business with a compensation plan on it that I guarantee you will never match. And most people fail in their businesses because they're unwilling to do the first two items that I just told you. They're unwilling to communicate and they're unwilling to duplicate. Let me tell you, if those two things right there are a stretch for you, this is probably not a business for you. But don't hang this one up and go to the next one and say, I'm going to go do that one over there. Because guess what? Your first two priorities in any business, whether you do this or you don't do this, we sure hopefully do, because you're not going to find anything easier. I've looked at a lot of companies. I've bought and sold companies. I've bought companies and built them. I've been paid to help people build companies. And I can assure you that you will not find a more bulletproof system in anything or any place that you go. I personally guarantee it because I've looked at companies for many years. Casey has done it himself. Casey's got that eye. I mean, when he went to Dallas to go look at this, when they said that, you need to come look at our deal because we got the best thing since sliced bread, that was probably number 40 or 50, maybe more, that Casey had heard. Because everybody's got the best. Oh, we got this new stuff. Oh, we got the best compensation plan, blah, 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 blah. Most of them can't back up what they're talking. And most of it is trash. Most of the things that these guys are out doing, they are doing as a parrot. Their leader told them, we've got the best stuff on the planet and we pay more money than anybody else. So what are they going to do? We got the best stuff on the planet and we pay better than anyone else. Exactly. But there's no proof behind it. We have the proof. We have the systems. We have a bulletproof product. 68 countries, 13 years, testimonials that you could line from here to Dallas. We change people's lives forever, ever. That get in and you do the system correctly. No carpet bombing, no blah, blah, blah. Follow the system. So Casey, I'm going to cut it off because I took up 25 minutes. So we do have everything that you need to change your life, income-wise, if that's what you're looking for, health-wise. You want to send somebody to college, whatever the issue is, we can help you get there. But the biggest thing is you have to figure out where it is you want to go. Once you do that, the rest of it's all been laid out. It's been simplified. All you do is read the manual, follow the manual, and you can go as far as you want. Man, I really appreciate the invite, Casey. Thank you very much for your time. It was definitely an honor to get on here because, you know me, writing that book and helping people, that's what I do. And I love it.
I love it.
Thanks, man.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Brian Penso. Appreciate you jumping on. Woo! I told y'all. Look in the mirror, grab some tweezers, pull them out if they're stuck in there. If not, cool. That was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. I really love what you said. Communicate and duplicate. And that's, if you only get 2 words out of everything, he nailed it. Nailed it, nailed it, nailed it. That's what all of our systems are built upon is communication and duplication. That's what it is. That's what this is all about. So that was awesome, man. I love hearing it from another viewpoint. I hope you guys are getting a lot of benefit out of all of our leaders that have been coming on. In the 3 minutes left over, I wanted to jump to that story and make sure I get that in, but I started one thing and I didn't finish. I want to wrap this here because there's a leadership mentoring career path that we have in our team. And it starts off when you're brand new. You got to, first day that you go anywhere, it's let's find out where we go to eat and let's find out where the restroom is and try not to get fired the first day. That's typically how any new job is going to be, right? You just make it through somehow and just, okay, I survived. And that's how it can be in any new adventure, all right? And this is an adventure like no other. So when you first get in, you're trying to figure it out, get things going. You get your first customer, you get your first person that wants to, fix their wealth issue. You exist with them, and they do want to talk to somebody. You pass them on, and then we do what we do, and now they're on the team. Congratulations, you got a new business partner. It's a big day, right? You get another customer, you impact another life because you were out there communicating, asking questions, finding out their thing. That's all you're doing. You're communicating with people. You're talking to them. You're finding their thing. So this career path that I talk about starts off with that. That's what you do. 4 things that you do. You offer products that they can buy from Kyani. They're not buying it from you. They're buying it from Kyani. Now, you're the reason for it, but you're not selling it, all right? You're buying it from Kyani. Kyani ships it to your house. It doesn't say from Casey. It says from Kyani. Casey's not on the side of the box. Kyani's on the side of the box. That's the first thing we do. We recruit other business partners based on their thing, based on that communication that he was talking about. Step 3, we duplicate the process. He just said it. Communicate, duplicate. See, it says it Kyani right there. James is holding it up. Y'all didn't believe me. It's a true statement. The 4th thing we do, we increase our leadership. That's it. Some people are going to want some products. Some people are going to want to join the business. We're going to duplicate that. We're going to increase your leadership. The leadership increase at your path, I want to call this out tonight. Brand new person, rank and file, just joined the organization. Welcome aboard. You got you a dump truck. Get out there, just drive that dump truck, communicate with some people. Next step is Jade. I want you guys to focus on Jade. This is the Jade Factory. It says it right here. Jade Factory. Why, Casey? Why Jade? Why not Sapphire Factory, or why not Diamond Mine or Diamond Factory or anything? Because those don't matter. It's not what we do. They don't know what the hell they're doing when they say that. They have no clue. It sounds catchy, but it's charisma. This is building it from a system. You build Jades. Get to Jade. 2,000 points. Some of y'all are real close. What do I do? You go make it happen. Remember your homework. Go watch Just Do It tonight. The next step that you get to is a Jade Factory. Jade. What's that? That means that you sponsored 3 people. You're increasing your leadership. You're showing that you've got some gumption. You're hungry. You're coachable. You're doing the things that Mr. Penso was just talking about. You start showing up. You come into the things. You're going to the events. You're reading the books. You're watching the podcast. You're listening to the podcast. You're watching the YouTubes that people are posting. You're increasing. He just mentioned it is a compensation. It's a leadership, personal development journey with a compensation plan attached to it. You have to increase your personal development. That's why I'm giving you a homework to go watch Art Williams. Go do that. I'm increasing your mind with giving you homework on create your 30-second movie. These are the things I want y'all to know. There is a path for this. You hit that Jade Factory, Jade. 3 business partners, 500 points in customers. That's about 7 customers. There's a new level for that in our organization. We talk about it all the time, 3 and 7, 3 and 7, 3 and 7. How do you do that? By communicating and duplicating. It's so easy. Then after that, if you're a servant leader, if you get the concept of what our culture is all about, it ain't about you. It's about the person that you're there to help. If you're a servant leader and you can do those things, we'll invite you into shooters if you want to join us. There's a career path for that. When you're in the shooter group, there's a group above that. It's called the Spartans. Be one of the 300. Get that car, show that proof, show that shield when you're out and about. We'll show you the career path on the extra training that you're going to do, the extra things that you're going to do. It ain't easy. I'll tell you right now, it ain't easy. But you got to hit that, and then you're going to go find some others because we duplicate. It's so simple. It doesn't get any easier. You duplicate, then you find a couple people that might want it like you did, that jump on an event, that read some books, that increase their skills, that offer some products to some people and offer an opportunity to people by communicating with them. And that starts building. Next thing you know, you're up into these ranks. Next thing you know, you've got people that you're showing how to do that to, if you want to. All of these steps, you're going to do all these steps. You just choose how much of it you want to do. Based on what? Based on how big that mind movie is that you're going to create tonight. So with that, Mr. Penso, thank you so much for pouring into the group. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for doing what you're doing. Get those whispers in. Go ahead and make plans for Vegas, $230. Say yes, tell the world, figure it out. Make sure you get those whispers done. Do it tonight. Get it done. Do it tomorrow. Worst case, stop putting off your dream. Stop putting it off to someday I'll do this. Pick a day, line in the sand. No more line in the sand. Get you a freaking chisel and chisel it in the damn concrete. This is the line. You will not go past this. Have that dedication on what you want for you, not for me. I'm good. Uncle Larry's good. Do it for you. Do it for your family. With that, I'm going to unmute the line so everybody can say good night. I love you all. If you need any assistance in anything, let us know. Have a great night. Bye-bye, everybody.
Good night.
All right.
Art Williams, just do it. Go watch it. YouTube.
Yeah, I'll be watching that tomorrow morning.
Mind movie.
What is note?
Good night. Have a good one.